following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. You're talking about staying slick, but don't hit a brick, because we're in March Madness. Slick Nick? We'll find out tonight. He played one of the smoothest voices in the league in Seth Cole, and took care of business. Now the question is for Nick. Sometimes you'll see a little bit of confidence go up and down, side to side. Is it a roller coaster, or is it the top of the mountain? We'll find out tonight. And then a rookie that went eco mode. In the car, puts on the eco mode, stealth mode, and takes care of William Brock, who tried to control the outcome. But this game's a little bit different. Some mini hardware's on the line. A rookie class championship in March Madness, your first time out? That's something to be said. What will happen in a one-game shootout? That's right, there's only one game on the schedule today. Anything goes in prime time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nick versus Jenna, the only game on the docket today. It's primetime Uno at 8 o'clock. We're a little bit late. Apologize for that. Jenna just had to do some stuff. We're back in action, ready to kick it off. So let's get right to the bracket. Let's make it pretty clean. There's no schedule. There's no match preview. Let's get to that bracket. And what a game we had yesterday. That was the first ever edition of KT streaming a little bit in the car. Wasn't commentating too good, but it's pretty decent. Zach won game one, 20-minute endurance battle, and Andy ran 4 straight. He took care of business and got the win. Moving on to another Sweet 16 for the man. Of course, he was formerly Zay. Then Nick, Jenna, we know the stakes here. Pretty simple. If Nick wins this game, and it's 6 or less, pretty much, it's all Goldie for the rookie class championship. Jenna, her only shot really is either take it to 7 because she has a tiebreaker and lose, or more importantly for her, get the W, and we'll see you in the next round. Something's got to give. It's going to be a good match here. We'll go straight to the booth because there is no schedule. There really isn't much to talk about on the pregame, which is a rare trait here. But joining me is going to be Short and Vapor. I know Vapor will be in and out, but we'll go to him first. Of course, we got our players here tonight. We'll start it off with Vapor. Vapor, you've obviously have seen both players. We have a rookie coming in here with the first chance at hardware in the season. It's always a good game when you have something to play for, and that's what we're going to have tonight with Jenna, having that chance to get the rookie class championship for March. So remember, a little bit different compared to the overall championship when we crowned it in late August, which will be based on average finish. But regardless, any type of hardware as a rookie is good. Do you think that changed the mindset approach for Jenna specifically, knowing that she has a chance and a little bit more to play for, compared to Nick, who's looking to make his first Sweet 16?
I mean, yeah, if you look at it on Nick's end, he's really still trying to find his footing here in MRE Uno and D1, really looking to kind of make a statement, a name for himself. Whereas on Jenna's end, you really got to wonder, is having something to play for going to up her game? Some people fold under pressure, but will Jenna be created into an absolute diamond under the pressure and win the rookie class in their first time out? And we'll just have to wait and see.
That's all you can really do. We'll go to Short real quick. Oh, that's right. Sky is the ref. I apologize. Sky is the ref tonight, not in the VC. We'll see if she wants to come in a little later. That's on me there. Well, Short, obviously you've seen both players. You played, I'm pretty sure, Nick in practice multiple times. You've seen Jenna in D2. In fact, she was with you in D2 last season. You know their styles. Impressive win from both. I'd say definitely more impressive from Jenna, though. You got to look at this. Coming as a rookie. Nick, we knew what he could do. Coming in as a rookie, probably the last hottest rookie prospect. Everyone else is gone. How do you think Jenna sees the moment, knowing there is a little hardware tonight on the line?
With the hardware, I mean, for Jenna, you really can't let it dominate the mindset for Jenna. It's definitely been nice to come out with a rookie class chip, but you really can't let that cloud how you play the game. So it'll be interesting. It's definitely something to play for, more than play for, to go from being a rookie coming up from D2 and making a Sweet 16 your first try. Those are all great things. And for Nick, obviously, also looking for his first Sweet 16 after having an up and down year last year, and starting it off with a good win. Looking forward to seeing who comes out tonight. Two good upset makers looking to keep it going. Double-digit seed next round.
All right, we'll go with the home team first, which will be Nick. Crazy to say 12 seeds at home, but welcome to this pod, which has been crazy. 9-16, that just shows you the parity we've had up here in the RavenClaw top half. We'll go, Nick. Nick, you've obviously have a lot of things on your plate in terms of confidence. We talked about you getting your footing. You were only a 2-win player. You're looking to match that right off the bat here. We know what you did last March as you took care of business against Ghost and unfortunately floundered against Abion. A little similar situation, a little deja vu, but you have a chance to prevent hardware tonight. So it's got to be handed out somewhere in the rookie class. How do you know to play a spoiler? Have you studied a little bit of Jenna's tape? Do you understand her eco move from Brock? What are some keys you've been doing for that first round and second round to prepare after last week's triumph over Seth?
Well, Jenna, I know she's a really good opponent. Her and I, we did a lot of like best of 3 sets over in UUL, like King of the Hill style, back in, I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah. So we've played plenty of times before. I know sort of her style from that. Obviously, it's a little bit different here. I looked at the Brock Jenna game. I was impressed, but I'm just hoping to flip the script here. I got a lot to play for. My entire last year in MRE was just me making a career out of getting my butt kicked on stream. So here I am again on stream. Let's hope today's a little bit different.
All right, we'll go over to Jenna. Thank you for those thoughts, man. Jenna, obviously it's your first time out having a chance at hardware. A little bit of a luxury in a sense that you were the last rookie to play, or that's the nice thing when you schedule later. Sure, you may not get the early reps, but you get the back end, especially as you get later, knowing what you got to do. It's a good catch-22. You got nothing to lose really on house money as the 13th seed. How have you been able to adapt your game from that Brock style where it was all about eco mode, and what can you do to spice it up a little bit tonight? Considering you have some hardware, but also knowing you got to stay controlled and composed and not let that get to you, as many people have said here tonight. Feel free to type out or speak. Go ahead. And, of course, as Jenna types and speaks, one of the things I always look towards short in a game like this, 12-13, is you had that big win, right? You look at Jenna taking care of a Super Leaguer and Brock, and let's say it's Seth Cole was the odd man out of Super League. Sometimes the next game you play or the next series you play, there's a hangover effect. Do you think both players have that going in the back of my mind? No, hey, we just got off this euphoric win. How do you recompensate knowing that, hey, new 0-0, right? New week. How do you recompensate knowing it's still 1-0 or 0-1 in every tournament, in every round?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Jenna may have it a little bit, but I don't think Nick will as much. I mean, I think I can tell he's determined to make it deeper, and I don't think he's gonna let the win over Seth cloud him too much. Jenna, maybe, I'm not sure what you can see from her. But I if I were her, I would definitely want to be in the same mindset as Nick. So I mean, really the key is just to not put that behind you, feel good about it, but you definitely want to feel good if you can win again tonight, and for Jenna, a rookie class on the championship on the line as well.
We'll have Sky in here, of course, will set up the game, and as Jenna types, one of the things I always look for in a game like this, you have rookie and novice, is nerves, where you always look at the nerve aspect. Both players are not at this upper tier package, right? We talk about the 2 upper tier classes, Master and Legends. You get up there, you've ascended into heaven. Down here, you're scrapping for hell, and that's a little bit different mindset. But when you're the last person standing in any of your class, or you're one of the last few in any of your class, it gives you a little bit of extra juice for a game like this, knowing you both have the same story. You beat them, you got the upset of 4-5, which is a popular upset line in a real tournament.
Yep.
But this is a little bit different now because you're facing off, you know each other from the back end departments of other leagues, and now here you go trying to get it done in the main league. I'm going to try to play more calm, focused on what I'm doing. I don't want to lose control as I did with Brett's. Very interesting, because that's the one thing I will say, short with that comment. Brock is a guy, he wants to control it, right? Every single time, give him the remote control, and he's channel surfing 2.2 seconds, 0 to 60. I don't see Nick as that player. I've seen his patience game. I understand what he will do on pace management. Probably going to make a couple great reads here tonight, as I always do. But it's going to be about just understanding how the evolution of Jenna is. Remember, he's still a rookie. I have to learn. Nick's got to learn as well. We'll see how this game one feelers goes. For that, I'll go to Sky, and let's take care of business. Sky, go ahead. Of course, Jenna is on the road. Nick's at home. The winning lottery numbers are 2-2, 1-1-1. That's a double deuce, 3-3 on the ones. Winning lottery numbers, play them at home. Ref 5 is going to go Nick, Jenna. One power play on the board. Names look fantastic. Let's rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Best of 7. Power play coming at 1. Looking forward to it. Got the winning lottery numbers. We'll see. Nick's a player that usually goes 10 to 15. We'll see if he's got a little mid-tier going. Let's get down to those most famous words in Uno. Nick, it's the boss. How many cards for game one? What are we thinking, my friend?
Let's have a little bit of some fireworks this game one.
Ooh.
We're going to send shorts on scoreboard. Almost forgot to mention this.
Yeah, I got
scoreboard. Very good. As I get a text from Caesar, good to see you, my friend. Let's get it going tonight. Ref started up will be
Big
the refs
pump.
from the Sky. Yes, sir. Let's pump it up the volume as we go to the full send. Cards are in the 15. Let's start her up. Sky's ready to roll, and we're underway with the Drip Drop 0, which we'll see tomorrow in the CIA versus FBI.
Gonna be crazy.
That's going to be an insane game.
Nick Deffen strategy here.
Was that? Oh,
Nick with the Deffen
Nick,
strategy.
Okay,
I've seen him do that before, I think.
Well, that's a common strategy. We'll go to Vapor here. Vapor, you still good at commentary? I forgot, buddy. You still good? I don't want to take
I
your
got
time.
like 10 minutes. I can do this first game.
You know, I'll sure take the back seat. Go ahead and stay on the bench there. I'll
Yes,
bring
sir.
in the starter. All right, Vape. We're gonna go 10-minute KT Vape right here on the show. Thoughts on this this top 4, bottom 4 stuff with the star 0? Now, sometimes when you play those high-end, low-end Spectrum cards, you start to wonder where the middle tier is. Do you think that affects the mindset of both players, knowing that they played polar opposite cards to start?
No, I don't think initially cards matter as much. When you're on 15 cards, I think it just matters how fast can I get to the color that they don't have? How fast can I get down to my plan A? I think you've played enough to understand that idea on 15.
We'll start it off with a little bit of an end around from Jenna. Could be a vulnerability on that yellow as we go into the Andy 3. Remember, winner gets Andy. Perfect plug right there. We'll see how this one goes. Jenna, of course, plays a little slower. Nick typically plays slower, but we talk about pace management, Vapor. It's a cat and mouse game as we go to green. Jenna playing aggressive early in the red. That's the key, right? Understand where the pace control is. Do you go faster here? Do you slow it down? And that's the cat and mouse. Now you see Nick slow it down a little bit. Thoughts on the pace management when you're playing, how you try to look into that and get an advantage on your opponent?
Oh yeah. When it comes to pace management, you see Dark Rain do it all the time, just slowing the game down. You see Jav and D2 do it, slow the game down, just agitate your opponent. But also, you see Ghost do it all the time. You go fast, you just speed up the game, force the opponent to play your tempo. And these guys, yeah, as you said, both on the slower end. So I don't think it's going to affect either of them too much pace management wise, but we could definitely see, hey, somebody might be game planning to change it up on the pace and really throw the other off their base, but we'll really just have to wait and see what happens.
We're always scheming out here, and both are going to be scheming for sure. As we go into a small straight combo, shout out Sanford, the 1-2-3, double Radin on the bookends. We're at a double Radin on the threes. Now Jen taking her time, trying this eco mode. We talked about this against Brock. No one has control of this game. Let's see what she plays here. Did an early end around. Types up, loads up, looking for something. Goes a little bit upper tier into Chomik. We'll see Chomik coming up this weekend against Caesar. And you can see it, Vapor. It's about that slow pace you were mentioning, right? Taking your time, understand the flow as we go back to the top 4. Brian, great effort for him in round 1. That's the key from both players, that you see a little bit of the pace ebb and flow. Right now, Jenna takes her time. This is about also psychological edge. You may have a run built in, but how you play it is important. Here she comes with the move. Let's see.
And both these guys have a lot of pressure really on this game. I mean, Jenna's looking at a rookie class and Nick's looking at as a novice, trying to get a little bit something going in his career with his first ever Sweet 16. So playing slow could be beneficial because you're really thinking technically about what you're going to play, really analyzing this game as you're playing it.
We always talked about this with the tortoise and hare debate, right? Who's got the right strategy? As there goes Nick with the little mirror playing from the early end around. This time we go into the green and reds compared to the blue and the greens. And that's the thing, right? As we go into this Vapor, mirror playing has been a popular topic. Now it's going to be yellow, blue earlier up top. You see one opponent does it as we go for a +2 strat from Hockey and DJ playing around one. Congratulations to Hockey. Good first tournament. You look at the way these guys are mirror playing right now. That's the art of, okay, monkey see, monkey do, but it's a little bit of a fade look as we go into Allen. Talk to me about how you can fade a little bit of ammo and get a psychological edge as we start to build up more chemistry with this game.
I mean, end-around plays are fundamental to MRE Uno and just one-on-one Uno as a whole. Getting into a color and then, fading, say, hey, I've got red. You're going to switch off of red, and then you actually don't have red and they switch into the color that you need. It's risky, it's aggressive, but it's worked for players like Brock. And Jenna was able to outplay those fades in that game. And we'll see if Nick is able to outwit Jenna because she knows how to play those fades.
And that's the one thing about playing Brock. When you can beat Brock on his own fade look or even use that fade look into another opponent, that's the lethal combo. For Nick, we know what Seth's really good at, wild control. We have seen the wild card be powerful on the spot, but not as powerful compared to the old bot. Remember, the way the cards are organized, you can see every single card is organized in your hand, whether it be the reds, the blues, the greens, actions, all in a separate line, as Jenna draws early. So she played it truthful right there. Possible fade look to the back end. We'll find out. Now Nick taking the time, Vapor. And that's the big thing, right, man? When you see that first draw, boom, right there. Plan A is out the window. You got to start thinking Plan B. And that's the beauty of this game. The moment you see that first draw, whether you're doing the draw or your opponent does the draw, you know it's a Plan B game. You got to readjust. You've been in those situations. You're in those situations a little bit. Not so much with Steph, but in the past in your career, you've been in those situations. How does your mindset affect you when you see that first draw? Do you get panicky, nervous, or do you say, let's play it cool? There's still time. We saw the card starts at 15. We're not even close to running it back there. Thoughts on that, how you play that first draw in either situation?
If I'm in Nick's situation here, the opponent draws, I keep playing Plan A.
Holy moly!
That's why he was typing for so long.
Well,
and that's exactly what I was saying. That's all Plan A. When they draw, I get a little bit excited. Say, hey, I already have the upper hand now that they've drawn. I can continue playing my game, and that's exactly what Nick did, taking advantage of the draw and just absolutely pummeling on that last run.
Yeah, that's crazy. That wasn't one line though, right? I'm not tripping, right? It registers as a 7 card, 7 bagger.
Yeah, that was a 7 bagger, but he had
those were two different messages.
It was 2 messages, but he typed it all up, and Nick, you probably copied the second message and pasted it.
And that's completely legal too.
Yeah, that is legal.
Well, yeah. I think we had one guy do that. I can't remember. I don't. Oh, it was that. No, that was the internet trick, Alan. That was a load of crap.
That was wild.
That was cheap.
That was a wild crap.
That was turning back the clock on that one.
Yeah, this bot you can go 4-card chains.
Yeah, it worked. That's a legal move. Yeah, that
is completely legal.
No, that's good. It's just Nick's. Well, I don't call him Slick Nick.
It's like what's the point of the defensive power play if you can copy and paste, but also like defensive power play will happen all the time. It becomes a lot more strategic when you're using your DPP and whatnot, but yeah, completely legal.
And the thing is with that as well is like DPP, this kind of situation kills off DPP in theory, but not everybody goes this direction. People still go 1 card at a time, even if there's no power play left on the board.
There's always different ways to skin the cat, different horses for different courses. It's been probably my most famous line in this league. Nick, I don't really have much of a question on that move, so I'm going to ask you real quick. You know what? I don't even think I have one because you had a powerful hand. I guess the only thing was that early end around from Jenna from yellow to blue, was that more of a leverage play to say, hey, okay, I got her thinking early, and you just knew, okay, I got the hand. So be it. I'm not really sure what that was pretty powerful. I can't lie.
I mean, the end around, I mean, in theory, it would have worked. It's just that because I only had one blue card, I only had the blue 3, so I was just fortunate I was able to get the switch after that, and I didn't need to burn any of the wild +4s to keep moving forward. But yeah, good game 1.
I don't really got much to say, Jen. I wish I had a better question, but I really don't have one. Unfortunately, you got that powerful of a hit. You got burned. I guess the only thing is, could you have maybe saved the power, the power card and the +2? Maybe try a red switch early. Maybe that was cool. Welcome to D1. We saw this with Goldie yesterday. Goldie was kind of almost the same exact thoughts but that was a little different. That was just table
That
awareness.
is cool. I just put in a practice series this afternoon. I pulled a power played 9-card chain. It was pretty to finish. It was pretty fun. It's always fun to watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in a minute though. When Nick did that, it took because the last time I saw that was I don't even remember. That wasn't there for the whenever Alan pulled that crap because Caesar texted me the next day because that was a late game. So it's been a while since I've seen
crap. Yeah.
Yeah, but that Alan used to do that to me and Caesar way back when. Anyway, I could have changed my
plus. Up suddenly wins.
Wouldn't be shocked if he pulls something stupid again in the near future.
Come Thursday night. Yep.
Never know, Monkey. When Monkey Business is around,
yeah, that's gonna be some kind of stream, man.
No KT to bail yet. That's gonna be some. But anyway,
oh no.
I could shame my +2. So in that case, we just playing conservative and not expecting.
Even at that point, like I don't think there was much you could have done to stop it. Even like chaining the +2, I don't think would have slowed something like that down. I mean, come on.
Nah, don't even worry about it. I'm not even going to ask anything for no comment. I think at that rate. We'll move to game 2, Scott. Nothing really here. Nick, nothing really to add. You're out of the full send for tonight, but everything else is free to go. What do we think?
I mean, if it ain't broke, let's just go 1 down.
1 down. Oh, yeah, I figured. Read my mind. We'll go 1 down.
Because unfortunately, the rules force you to fix it. Anyway.
No, it's a good rule. It's definitely.
I know. We play around here a little bit, you know.
Well, a little bit, but not too much. We got hard run.
Not as much as Jay Caesar. Anyway, we start with the Steven 6 from Nick.
Well, Nick plays a little cooler, not trying to pump out too much ammo right there. He's trying to play it real cool right there. Don't go too crazy. We'll see how Jenna responds, right? If we're using the fuel pump, right now Jenna has to take her time. Don't fill up to the brim. Take your time. Don't hurry up. Don't rush it. Then we'll fill it up a little bit later. We'll go yellow 4 here into a red 4 from Nick, and it's up here. We'll switch it over. Big win for Clay, by the way. We'll see Clay and Lane in an operational window. Second time we've deployed that. The first time, ironically, being Ashley and Ghost. Ashley plays on Thursday night. Funny how things work. Half off special to Zach 103. Great tournament for him despite the loss.
Yes or no on that?
I can't look.
Oh.
Come on, I got to stay focused. Alan on that. We'll see Alan, of course, Thursday night. Looking forward to
yeah.
Now, there's the switch back, Jordan. You got to understand now, that's 2-color Pandora, right? We're playing this 2-color box, and you wonder who will break into that 3rd color.
Like to give our thanks to Vapor. 1 game is better than no game. We hope to see him commentate co-com down the road here.
Yeah, he'll definitely be a staple, of course.
Yeah.
Vapor always back anytime.
I apologize to the audience as I'm not going to be as good as Vapor. Anyway,
I'll set you up.
Cross over to the Epez.
I'll set you up. That's how we do it here.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's the 3rd color. I just had to read, right? We're going to break to that 3rd color as we go down to Ari, and that's the key with these crossover plays, right? You go to that 3rd color, you start looking at your reads as we go down to Jenna's card, her own 0. That makes things a little bit more of an interesting game where you have 3 colors, 3 variables in play versus 2, and we'll see how Nick continues if he has this undercut strat. Here comes Jenna looking to take her time, as always, go into that eco mode. Remember, we know what's on the line tonight. 2 options for Jenna. Either win this game, you get the class title, has a tiebreaker over Goldie if it goes 7. That's the only 2 options for Goldie. Needs biggest Nick fan right now in the building.
Yeah. The biggest Nick fan in dominant fashion as well. Wants that to if she wants that class chip, she wants it done quickly.
There he is, G6 man, baby, popping bottles. We'll see who pops the bottle at the end of this series.
See if it's
Of course
him or
it won't.
Toast popping the bottle tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I'll take over that one, 3:15. Looking forward to that. Here comes Jan now, looking to answer back on the double play from Nick. Plays a heat check yellow into Cody. And that's interesting. Nick drew on the yellow. Let's see if he has a crossover with. Sometimes he likes to save that. Yeah, once again, the reads are impeccable right there as we go into green.
School is open for night classes.
School is open. It's night, and it's not even past 10, so we're still good.
Only an
Now
hour
Jenna,
and 15 minutes left of class.
Now, short. Jenna's going to probably draw here, and now she's going to start to rebuild. Hope that Nick misses the wrong number. Let's see if he played the right number here on this 8. We've seen a lot of issues with number efficiency. Peter Onjak would have a field day with all the misses. Let's see what Jenna will do. Let's see if Nick played the right Chomik. We'll find out. Yep, once again, there's the read, right? Just a miss on the number. Now Nick's got to readjust. Does he have a green 8 to kilter that, or does he have an end around to go back into it? Okay, he'll go undercut. Maybe we'll fade off that yellow to the end. Now Jenna gets an extra color into Brad, and now we start to run the numbers here short because Nick about to hit the red zone if he plays. Let's see. He's in it. Now Jenna looking for maybe tie this up with a double play of her own. Play it single, play it cool. We talk about Jenna's patience been one of her attributes. I've studied a little bit of her tape in D2, just a little bit before the game. I always study. And one of the things I've seen is the patience has been really cool and clean for her. It's one of the differences between a lot of the rookies coming up versus hers is the patience game. We'll see if that plays and shows on display. We'll go into Mr. Turner, did a good job last night, streaming in tough circumstances. Now Nick looking for something right here. What has he got in the back end? So you can see it, both players are taking their time, playing patience, but Nick had that crazy run to finish game 1. That starts to linger in the back of your mind for sure. Once again,
full of reads.
The reads are insane.
Literally,
Nick,
what is going on?
Nick, I'm sorry, man. I can't ask you a question. I just read you like a book. Class is in session. You can sit right next to me as the teacher's pet.
Did you? I didn't hear any of it. Did I? Did you?
Yeah, he literally said that like you guys were both playing the patient style. And but Nick had that crazy run to the finish in game 1, and that's got to be lingering in the back. There comes literally. You'll have to watch the stream back. It's absolutely crazy.
There it is.
It is
Timestamp that.
Timestamp. The content of this curriculum is crazy at the KT School of Reads, man. This is ridiculous.
Like I said, I have an open desk right here. Class is always in session. No, anyway, we'll go to Nick here. I will say, man, this is similar to game 1, a little bit similar, but this time a little bit different variety of spice. You decided to throw a little wild flush in there. Talk to me about the art of the wild flush, because I don't really have much of a question here, but talk to me about the art of the wild flush that made you say, you know what, okay, Jenna's done this before in the past, tries to flush out wilds. Did you see that on tape to say, okay, I can trust it right here and go from that? Talk me through it. Give me that timestamp short, by the way, too.
Timestamp. Just general card knowledge. Your opponent's trying to go somewhere, switches with the wild, and 99% of the time they're out on that one color. So it sort of gives you flexibility to wild back to it and potentially run it for a little while if need be. So I'm happy it worked out. Not going to get too excited. If you remember March from last year, me versus Abion, I took a 2-0 lead in that series and then lost 4-2, so I'm not celebrating too hard just yet.
You never want to count your chickens before you're hatching. You know that for sure. Jenna, obviously, the patience game's not really the problem here tonight. I think it's just coming down to you're just going to be a little bit on card luck, but also at the same time, you're deciding to make these breaks on yellow. Did you just straight up have really nothing else? You decided to make the break on yellow and just got beat because you had ammo on yellow? Or do you feel you could have maybe said, you know what, save that wild to the end and go from there? How do you have to adjust now? Because the first game, okay, understandable, right? The end around might have been a lever. This time with the wild flush, how do you readjust and calibrate? And as she answers that short, it's hard to say where the patience game goes wrong because both players had that in it, but we talked about this as I continue to study tape. We saw last night the Sting game. That was just a straight, okay, nothing was really cooking for Camaro. Here, it's hard to read because Jenna made some early heat checks to yellow, and you think she might have had something. Maybe Nick's iced down to yellow, but it's the wrong number. It's been a popular trend. Would you risk a KT Classic there knowing that it's been the trend? You play the wrong number, see ya, it's over.
It's definitely something you might consider if you're Jenna. And she really just had more yellows and thought didn't have any since he kept switching off from it. So just kind of a little bit of a bad read for Jenna there, but it could be something you consider. I think it would have been something Camaro should have considered against Sting, but it's definitely something you consider because he's got these big runs to the end. You gotta be aware of where he gets iced out. Now, obviously, if it's like straight plan A, there's nothing much you can do about it, but if you find a spot where they're iced out, like or where they make a swift switch off the color, definitely consider that. But obviously, Jenna, I think, tried to read that, and I think Nick fooled her a little bit there with the yellows.
All right, thank you for the timestamp and to your comment above. You know it. You give me the invitation, I'm going through that door on that for sure. That's a yes. But anyway, it's interesting because now Jenna has to recalibrate here at home, and we talk about the number efficiency short. Well, this is Nick winning on that number efficiency in terms of the card start. I know we've had some rumblings about average card start, some fun things we might add to the bot. In terms of stats, of course, QOL.
Yes.
The bot's not changing.
But it's cosmetic.
It's all cosmetic. We're just giving it a little bit of a little bit of makeup on the side. But the point is, now you look at Jenna, you have to recalibrate and say, okay, I've lost twice on the higher tier. Do you consider a drop down numbers because it's not working out right now? Do you consider that maybe as a play?
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely need to see if the trend continues for him. If he continues to find have this big ammo chain to finish off, really.
All right. Then we'll go down to the table. We'll see what Jenna picks here. I think we're going to ask that question right now. Jenna, all right, free choice. Nothing taken here on the board. It's all you. Whatever you like. Feel free to drop it in. What do we think for Game 3? First home game in round 32. Right, Jenna, at this point, you got to think here as we go 12. So keeping it upper tier, 12-pack, must win for Jenna here short because you don't want to fall down 3-0, especially power plays.
No,
Taco joins us.
At all.
We start with the man who has been absolutely electric on and off the table, Jay Caesar. We'll see what he can do. Again, Chomik open to play a Saturday on that one.
As Nick is looking to pump out a third straight victory here in this one.
Yep, absolutely. He's going straight to the gasoline tank and saying, boom, give me that 20, fill me up right now. We'll find out if he can do it. Here comes Jenna. Let's see if she does the +2. Goes into it. No, but this is a regular 2 in the gun. Fellow rookie. We'll see what will be from Nick now. He's had a lot of momentum lately. You wonder if he tries an early switch. Maybe need a couple cards to say, okay, I'm starting to get these crazy looks. How do I spice my game up if I don't have the hand? And that's something I think Nick's thinking in his back pocket. What about an early look to switch to maybe get Jenna off kilter? Let's see. Here comes Nick typing it out. And once again, Short, that read was impeccable. You can see the read right there. It was just insane. That was a perfect read. Once again, I could see it from my laser vision. I knew he was going to do it.
We're going to have a reads compilation at the end of the year, I think.
Keep writing these posts down. We got to clip. Anyway, Blue Deuce now. Nick, and this is a sign right now. If you're Jenna here, you wonder, okay, does Nick have a good hand? Is he switching early? Do you risk the switch aggression? You play it cool, and that's the thing with Jenna now. Nick's made the first switch. How do you play it? And now Nick goes to a double bad Brad. Of course, that's his last 2 cards. Let's see what Jenna will do here. Jenna looking to load up right here. Does she try to flip the script maybe? Go over an end around play. We saw the end around's not working, but she's out. And this could be big for Nick right here. Let's see. Does Nick flip the script and try a third color switch maybe into a third color? He'll play it cool. Number efficiency from the gangsta himself. Good old Peter Onjak. Jenna looking for something. Does she get a top deck? It's 1 efficiency and degree, and now the war begins. Short, both players have switched. Now it comes down to who's got the right connection. as we move back to a two-color strat. That's the only interesting part. Nick's out. He played truthful on that blue switch. Jenna can run. Back to number efficiency. We saw the 8 be a mishap in game 2. Let's see if Nick can capitalize on the 8 again. He can't here. Here comes Jen now starting to roll in the greens and momentum shift. Just like that, Short. We talk about momentum. It can shift in a heartbeat. And right now, Jen has got Nick boxed in on that green.
Yeah, and that's what she's got to make the break for it now. Run it down green, and maybe not on a switch. Like, be content to draw. Don't, if you have a switch, maybe just be content to draw, because at this point you're down 2-0. You don't want to use the power play to pull up 2-1 unless you got like a automatic on a power play win, but it's gonna hurt if it goes the distance and you don't have it in the clutch situation, and he does. But yeah, definitely this you got to be content to draw for Jenna here. I think that's something you got to get used to against Nick after those first 2 games. That's something you got to be comfortable with. Just sitting in draw city, building up your ammo, trying to pull one over on him, try and make the break when the time is right.
Well, and that's being content, right? Understanding a little bit of the reads as we go into a little top deck in Nick there. You don't want to make the break too early as Jenna's playing content. You want Nick to make the break, and Nick could make the break right here.
Let him switch. 100%.
Now I know
let him try and make the break and catch him off guard.
Nick going to play a little more top deck city here, and he seems to get a little bit more advantage on that top deck. But the one thing I will say, the only guy or 2 guys we have really seen play power play pretty brilliantly over the careers, Yepez, obviously, he'll use it anytime there's a break. But Elaine has been one of those guys that sneakily, he doesn't care about saving it to the end. Give me the 2-0 as we go into it. Now, this is where he got a little aggressive last game, and that's where Nick took advantage here, Short. You got to be careful here if you're Jenna, because the more you play that aggressive switching, Nick is a veteran. He knows what's going on when you play in that. He's starting to understand the reads, and all it's going to take is one little drizzle as we have Cody pop in the room there, and it's a shower of sparks on a run. We'll see how this one goes as Nick continues. Sorry, Cody Smart, I had to do it to you, but we'll see what Nick will do right here.
No one's safe in this VC.
When I'm on this insane mode, I can just crack and go.
The reads are crazy.
Red 9 now. Into Allen. Nick playing this one a little cool, conservative. He got to the red zone last time, about 5-6 cards. You wonder if that switch is coming at any point. That once again, into his own card store. The read is continuing.
Oh my goodness.
There's the switch. He makes the break back. Now we'll see how Jenna will try to react to this. Does she go undercut and go aggressive? Or maybe a little +2 action to prevent the break? Let's see. She continues here to load up. Taking her time on this one. Got a sense of run here, Short. You wonder, that backdoor +2 is always in the pot. Once again, Short, the backdoor +2s are always in the pocket.
Mr. FBI is in the building.
This isn't even tomorrow.
You're just getting ready to read the CIA's playbook at this point. This is your warm-up night.
I was going to say, in my head, I'm thinking Nick's going to cross over back on something. There it is. He crosses over that +2 in hockey. Now it's an even game on the red +2s.
We're coming up on that 24. Do you have someone on the 24?
I got nobody. So, shoot, I don't know. Caesar, I don't know.
At J. Caesar.
Someone DM him. I don't know.
I got him.
I gotta keep watching here.
Yes, sir.
Red 4-5 action to Piran occurs. Now Nick will play the aggressive switch. Does Jenna play conservative here and doesn't try to go back to it? Let's see. She's been the other card. There's the Sting card. Well, there it is. Once again, Short.
Another
It's the
undercut.
I just said it too. It's the aggression. Let's see if it pays off. Nick has been content in this aggression all night to let it play out. Nick looking for a possible run in the blue, or does he play it cool? He's done a good job so far. Been a really good match so far in this game compared to the last two where it was just a school of runs and reads.
Ding, that is a bold one.
And there's Nick. He's out. So now this is Jenna's chance right here, Short, to make the break, made the right move, and I'll have to look at the CH as Logan joins us. It's interesting. Now you play the percentages, right? Jenna may have all the +2s on that blue. She may have the remaining reverses and skips. You're playing a little percentage here, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what will happen.
Sting saying his bold prediction was Jenna winning it all.
Well, bold's the way you roll. That's how Stingray plays the game. That's how Stingray makes the prediction. You got to respect it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Not low key, but high key. Saying
it's interesting. We'll see what Jenna will do here into the one up this time in the M. And now Nick, will you be content to go in a draw C or try to go for the switch? God damn it! Oh man. It's unbelievable, man.
Lucky you're not reading Drip. He'd be on your ass about it.
Oh, man. Probably I have his number. He'd call me after, you idiot.
Hey, D, shut up.
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time, I'd be pretty well off. Caesar's done it. A lot of people have done it. Okay.
Jeez.
Don't ever get me and Seth in the booth, because Seth's another one. Anyway. Let's see how Jenna reads this one to yellow now, because she's now decided, okay, heat check again. This is the aggression, Short.
Oh,
we talked about this is very similar to game 2 with the wild flush. Does Nick have a wild flush to combat this? Once again, it's unbelievable just how we see these reads, and we're just continuing to drill it home. And it's nice. It's a deja vu, man. Same green. Jenna's iced.
Yeah. Jenna's still nothing on the green even after all that.
She needs to find something because 0 is hard to switch off of. It'd be a bold switch now. Let's see. Nick's gonna play the percentages on that 0. There's only 4 in a deck. Gonna play it.
Oh my God! Is KT manifesting?
This 0 switch happens, I might have to leave the booth.
Yeah. Well, is it reads or is it manifestation, or maybe a little bit of both?
I know too much.
It might be a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see. I think a top deck's always in the back pocket. You never know. Maybe she's wary of a run +4, but you never know with these things, man. We'll see. Jenna looks to load up right here. Let's see what she got. Taking her time. Nick made an interesting break on that 0 sugar. Could have drew into a KT Classic, but decides not to. There's the end around. Okay.
Well, I mean, it was a switch off of 0. It just wasn't a direct 0.
Back to green. Wrong number. There it is.
Psych.
Oh, man.
Wrong number. And she's iced.
And this is the thing. We saw this with Goldie. You make that end around play, you got to land on the right number. Right? And that's the thing that's been costing a lot of people. How do you land that right? It's hard to know, but you do have the CH tab, right? And that's the one caveat. Maybe you check that and try to play a little bit more percentage, but it's hard when you don't have much in the blue reverse and skip department, right? There's not much there. So Nick, content to go, as we go into Pez's card, content to draw back right here. Not many numbers left in green, so this is a strategical play from both. Taking their time now, Jenna, loading up.
The badass is on it.
Good to hear.
Gonna pump that reminder out real quick.
As he always does. Savage.
Yes,
Nick
there
decides
he is again. Interesting.
He's
got some confidence in something. These are alarm bells for Jenna.
It is, but it isn't. Here's what I'll tell you why. Because the one thing I will say, sorry, about that yellow, maybe she's holding on to that +2, right, and saving. There's got to be a save tactic, but if Nick's got the +2s, this thing can be in the red zone and goodbye in 30 seconds. So that's the one caveat. Who has the +2s as the lock and key for leverage? Here he comes, taking his time, and now play the Jaws music, because that's what Nick's been doing. He's been hunting all that blood tonight. Let's see if he finds out. Into the monkey boy.
We have gone past 10 minutes, well past it at this point.
First match of endurance. We talked about the endurance battles in this league. It's interesting. Some players like it, some players don't. There's
really
another end around.
Yeah, it's
Here
really,
we go.
Oh,
this could be
that's
big.
That's the end around of the win.
That's called reverse skip meta, my friends, and that's how you get the job done and get one back.
I love that emoji.
All right, we'll go to Nick here. Nick, obviously, I was reading this thing like a book again, but you can ask short. Yeah, I've just been reading it, but I will say, man, a couple things I've noticed here in this game specifically. First time we got into an endurance battle. First time we got into Draw City. Were you saying, okay, we're in a Draw City. Do you play the percentages knowing that the +2 is gone at the start? You lose some of that. Yellow hadn't had much of the ammo. Did you have a possible yellow +2 or a yellow reverse that could have switched this game up? Or did you think that undercut from Jenna into the blue 5 saved the game? Talk me through it. Because it was a clear battle between yellow and red.
I didn't have a yellow +2 or a yellow reverse. I didn't expect her to have that sort of run to the end like that.
Mhm.
I was hoping that the draw sort of disrupted that a little bit. Clearly, I was wrong.
Gotcha.
It is what it is. We ball.
Okay. We'll go to Jenna here as we continue to ball. That's why it's March Madness for a reason, my friends. Jenna, obviously, a better game of patience, right? You played a little aggressive on the switching, still had enough of a chance to get the win on the wild flush. Do you think the Draw City plays more into your style tonight, knowing, hey, okay, I got some cards on it. I don't have to go crazy with a little bit, maybe on the end of rounds too much, but do you think you say, okay, I have the end of rounds in my back pocket, you take the chances of missing the numbers knowing you had more in a tank? Talk me through it. I'm just reading the game too good, man.
I highlighted it on stream. A 7 chain and the 6 chain now for Jenna, the longest one. So it's really coming down to those big finishes. Even though that this one went 12 minutes, that's exactly what Jenna was probably doing in the Draw City, was trying to was trying to build up the profile, build the platform to try and storm to the finish, and that's exactly what she did there.
Well, we talk about the metas in this bot, man. Reverse skip meta is a hell of a drug. It's very good. It's a clean move, right? It's a clean move when you can get it operatable, and you get it operatable, you're on fire. But it's a working window, just like any action card. But those two be the same ones. See, I really just think I had. Okay, so that's that's interesting, Short, because you never would think you had the hand when we get to Plan D, because that's where we were. And that had to be almost Draw City. You wouldn't have the hand unless it was definitely hiding a little information back from the audience. Not the worst move. It's a veteran play. Ask once again. I wasn't born yesterday.
Really?
I know.
Really?
I know these reads, man. Like I said, because I do that a lot. Sanford does. I just know all the players. Okay, I know how they're going to answer questions. For example, Sanford, you're going to tell me this? No, you ain't. You got to write the right question.
Oh, yeah.
I'll keep that in my back pocket. I'll ask something better. Game 4. Maybe do a mindset question. Okay.
Stone face.
Well, yeah, well, they know the stone face, right? They know. You got to play a little. You got to play a little gamesmanship with have a little fun. All right. We'll go to game 4. Janet, no 12. Everything's free to go. What would you like, my friend? We're going to tie it back up. Remember, 13.
Stay in the high tier. They like that.
Yeah, we ain't leaving that. We're not leaving high tier tonight. We'll go 13. Unlucky or lucky, we'll find out.
I've seen a lot of games. I've seen a lot of matchups where they like the mid, where both players like the mid tier. It's rare to see two players that both stick in high tier. It's a different dynamic from what I've been seeing lately. The last few streams I've done.
K-Money tomorrow. We'll see what he can do. He's looking to pull off a shocker on Tago at 3 o'clock. We'll find out. We'll go into Peter Onjak to start off the hand. We'll go into JT, and now pivotal moment here, right, Short, because you got Nick here who could take the 3-1, maybe keep the power play, and Jenna here trying to tie this up, and that's confidence, right? The more confidence Jenna gets as a rookie, the more she can fight with Nick. That's better for her arsenal. Nick's got the confidence. The key is, what does he do in the clutch when he's been a little bit inconsistent in the past? That'll be something to note.
You've been reading the game like a book, so you should know by now.
I'm trying to. There's a Quint. I was not expecting a Quint play there. I could not expect that one. I know, I've been reading this game very good. It's almost too good.
It's almost like you're reading page 7 of the script. What? Script? Nothing.
Well, I do have my white shades next to me. Let's wear them. Here we go. I got the shades on, blue 3 now. There's, what the heck is going
What?
on? Oh, shoot.
What? You all good over there? Well, here comes Jenna with a double play, reverse into the Grim 7. Nick's just still playing it cool with the other yellow 3 when he first switched off of blue with. Jenna coming back after the double.
Yeah, we're good. Power guys are in the
Oh.
neighborhood.
You good?
Yeah, if I have to take that, maybe I'll
I
take
can-
this game and see what they want. Yeah,
I can take it. Go for it.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. All right. Jenna with the 9, 1 down for Nick. And Jenna again going for the switch. Now going over to red. Nick playing along. Down to the cherry red zero sugar. Insert MRE promo here. There's the other red too. A lot of self-dittoing from Nick here. Maybe trying to set something up, potentially. And again, 1 down from Nick off the 9. Oh, you dropped the shades. No, I didn't drop the shades. Jenna taking another pause. Or there it went. Not having those. There's Jenna with the Tapir forward, and Nick just with that PA lead after the top. And see, potentially could have something cooking here. Just down to 3 and +4, and that's it. That was quickest one, it seemed like. And hey, it ain't over yet. You can't say that yet. Can't say that
No,
yet.
I mean,
You
she
can't.
doesn't have the rookie. She needed to win. She needed to wait.
No, if it goes 7, Jenna gets it on tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay,
Yeah,
I shouldn't have said that.
That was
Forget-
preemptive.
I
I was
said
gonna
that.
say, like, what?
My bad. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, if it were KT, you'd have probably like 7 different reads on this, but it's hard for me to pick anything out. I feel like Jenna Nick, for you, it just kind of was a case of letting Jenna make the switches for you. I mean, you made the yellow switch, but that red switch and then offload the red, then that was pretty much all you needed to do. It was pretty clean down to the end, plan A. And yeah, I don't know if you had anything more to add on to that, but it really isn't much I can pull from this. Quickest game of the series.
Yeah, quickest game of the series by far. It was pretty much plan A. Got some fortunate switches. Didn't need to burn the power play. In a pretty good position as of right now, but again, it's not over till it's over. We've seen a lot of blown leads. I'm not looking to add to them at this point.
Yeah, definitely not. Blown lead's never the way to go. Jenna, I mean, I don't really know what to say other than in hindsight, maybe you should have stuck with the yellow. Do you think you were a little too aggressive on the switching? But like that was the only switch you made. There really wasn't much to say. It's hard for me to really ask much about it. I mean, just seemed like Nick had it, and you didn't have much to say about it. Unfortunately, I really got nothing. Well, Nick goes up 3-1. we'll make it simple because I don't really have much to say unless Jenna has something to say about that game. Just pretty simple, straightforward. All right. All right, Nick, going to you for game 5. Can't be 13, 14, 15. How many is it going to be?
Did KT say that we're not going low this series? Did he say that?
He
Because
said
I
he
think
didn't. He said he didn't expect it.
Well, I
Oh,
think it's time for a no send.
we're going the sprint. Just in one of these power play, thought I had the win. Oh, okay, yeah. Did you have the Jenna? Did you have the win like before he chained to the finish? Oh, so it was a matter of that possession arrow lead was all Nick needed. That's interesting. All right. So we're gonna go with the no send then for Nick, and he is 1 win away from taking this one in 5. And for game 5, he will start with 5 cards. Locked and loaded. And here we go. Start with the Brad Deuce on the blue. So it came down to 1 turn away, and I've been there before, Jenna, so I feel you. And Nick gives Jenna 2 extra freshies, and she doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything, and that is what we talk about in top decks in reverse, and that's what we in top decks in 8, and that's what we talk about in low card starts. Is that it can either be really quick because one person's got everything, or it can be really slow because nobody has anything, and it seems like that's where we're going here. If you get the high card start, yeah, maybe. Maybe we will. And both power plays still on the board, so definitely interesting to see how that gets utilized. Nick again, top decks a 7. Jenna, nothing to play with. Nick, can he make a break? He will to green. And he's up by 5 at this point. Jenna with the undercut on the 7 to yellow. But Nick crosses over. Back into green. And we've lost the boss. I'm not sure what happened there, but he is gone. So it's me now. Switching over to red on the wild. So artificial rainbow in a sense there. Didn't quite get. If it were a 7, it would be a rainbow. A little artificial with the red wild. Going to the ground floor with a 1 plus 2 for Jenna. Looking for more. And just a double on the 0 sugar. Nick, nothing to play on the red. And Nick and Jenna can take the lead with a play here. And she will with the DJ5. And Nick again going back to green. This could ice out Jenna.
I'm back.
You good?
Yeah, the power guys were.
Hey, I disconnected. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, my neighbor basically lost his whole power circuit, so I had to help him throughout the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Veteran neighbor. I'll deal with that later. Anyway, back to the game. Looks like Nick's up 3-1 after a big monster hand, or what was the situation?
It was a bit of a plan A. Jenna was behind by the PA, and she had the chance to win it, and Nick just had the PA lead and chained it to the end. So it was really it was quickest game of the series, and now
5-card start. I think I can see why the
5-card start. Neither of them had any blue. Then we made the break for green, and then we had a lot of crossovers. They liked red. Nick went back to green, and now icing it out.
It's a power play. You had the 3-1 lead. You took for the power play and tried to ice the series. That's what I'm very concerned with here. I think that's why you went for it. You're playing with house money. I see the
Nick
play.
Ados, though, with that 6 play could be there. He's on the verge. Jenna,
reminder to the fans at home: Jenna has to win this game to have any chance at this class prize. This is it.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of game, Nick didn't realize that at the end of game 4 that he said Goldie, you're welcome. Oh wait, no, not yet.
Yeah. Once again.
Said if it goes 7 and she loses, or if it goes, or if she wins in 7, because
No,
then
no.
only 2 outcomes. But otherwise,
No,
if
no,
Nick
no,
wins,
no,
it's
no, no.
Goldies.
I didn't drop the shades. Trust me, I don't drop the
Yeah,
shades.
don't drop the shades.
Anyway, Nick looking for the win here. He's got a check.
Interesting.
You know, you gotta think here. Nick didn't power play those. I think Jenna's in a good spot. You gotta think about that short. The power play would have been there. The only way.
He doesn't have it if he's not power playing.
Yeah.
So I think if you're Jenna, you can be okay drawing here, because I don't think
Unless-
he's got it unless he's playing mind games.
No, unless he's got the 3.
The 3.
Does he have the 3? Oh my god.
He would have power played if he had the 3. Come on. He would have if he had the 3. He got the 3. There's
just wanna do it for
because
paper.
she's got the 2 top deck.
Nick looking for check again. Let's see if he's got top decker. Nope. I see a play for 5 cards. The Flame used to do this. It's a good play. It's a good play. I can see it.
Yeah. He said
Oh
KT.
my goodness.
He said KT said we weren't going low, did he? And I said he said he didn't think so. He said, all right, well we are.
Well, I didn't think the game would
he's
play out.
rewriting your book.
I didn't think he would also go 15 through 12 to start. That was crazy. That was a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit off the script.
So see what he has on the yellow, and Jenna sent back, and that's a good move if that holds up for.
That's ice.
That's
Icy.
big ice. Could be a
icy runs on
classic
that
even. That might be a classic.
Yeah. You gotta do it. You can't risk the game. That's a great move, for sure. Even if you have to draw here,
Yep.
it's a classic. It's a good move for sure. Be a little bit harder to read the game now because I came in late, but I'll still do my thing.
Well,
Okay. Leaving it open on a skip, and that's just trying to force Jenna into new color. That's a
yeah, it's a bait play.
Classic move.
Bait play, 100%.
What?
Oh my top deck heaven! Are you kidding me? You cannot be serious right now.
You can't even. There's nothing you can do.
Nick on deafens for the moment. He's gonna listen to the call.
Nick has done a lot of great things in his career, but tonight, as he goes for the Brock, where he got screwed by Brock in T5, he uses that card and leverages the monkey his boy for a 4-1 win. Unbelievable.
Congratulations to Goldie, our top rookie.
Goldie wins.
He did the same thing at the end of game 4.
It counts now.
Yay!
It's real now. Yay!
Always get the stats and the log first before you close the game. Just keep that in mind.
No, they're there already. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
They
That whole
exist.
game was just a bunch of top deck heaven.
That's 5 cards. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
5
but even
cards.
then, they
I
were sent back to like 9 or 10 because neither of them it was a blue start and they were both iced on the blue to start it off. And I said this at the top. It's like the same thing. We always talk about KT. A low tier can go one of 2 ways. It can either go to the direction of someone wins in under a minute, or they're both iced and they're looking to try and build the platform from a low tier.
Well, I'll go to Nick. Nick, congratulations on the win. Unfortunately, I did not see game 4 and 5 much, but for the first 3 games I saw, you definitely had a lot more experience playing the numbers, right? Playing the efficiency. You make your first Sweet 16. Your thoughts on what you got to do for Andy, and when you watch this back, I'm sure just how to adjust on film for sure.
I think a lot of things went right for me this series. I was able to get out to the early 3-1 lead. A little bit of flashbacks came back game 3, but I was able to pull through. Jenna, she did all that she could. God bless her. I think personally,
There's 1 turn
when it's
away
all
game
said and-
4.
Yeah, 1 turn away game 4. Just a series of missteps, and me getting all those top decks game 5 certainly didn't help. I personally believe in my heart that when it's all said and done for this season, she will be the top rookie. So it's good for me to get this win on my resume, but you guys got to watch out for Jenna in the future. She's going to be an upset maker, bracket wrecker, whatever you want to call her. She's legit.
Well, thank you, man, for that. We'll go over to Jenna. It's not the result you wanted, right? but you did have a lot more experience in this tournament. What do you look forward to the next tournament? What was the biggest part about the D1 experience you can take forward as you progress in your career? Well, obviously, Short, it was one of those things. It was just one of those nights. I think the EXP prevailed.
Oh, 100%. But
you gotta look at
Top
Nick.
Deck Heaven was also very good for him.
Yeah, it's been a trend lately.
Because Jenna showed that, I think, especially with the Classic and the Ice plays, she definitely showed that she can be resilient. And if it weren't for the Top Deck, who knows where that Game 5 could have gone. And of course, if it weren't for her being just behind by a mere possession arrow in Game 4, she could have also won that. We could be looking at a Game 7. So it's just unfortunate, but that's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles here in the great game of Uno. Sometimes it just comes down to the cards. As much strategy as you can pump into the game, there's still always going to be a bit of that luck factor into it. It sucks to lose that way, and it sucks to see it end that way, but especially when you see all the strategy and all the EXP come out and shine, but that's just the game sometimes.
Well, really not much to say, says Jenna. I think she's just going to have to take this in stride, right? It's not easy, Short. We saw last year, remember, we talk about a high bar in this league. Well, hosting for sure, extremely high bar. But in terms of rookie class last year, it was a very high bar. In fact, the last rookie wasn't until the finale. It was Ashley, right? And Nam was right there. We had a rookie class championship all the way to the final four and finale. It's unbelievable every single time. I think we have to pamper expectations and say, new class, right? There's only 8 real true. I know we got Eric Monaco and M, but that's a little bit different situation. There's only 8 true rookies here. We have to pamper and say maybe a Sweet 16 it's just part of it. Get to that first one and you start building for that class. For Nick, competitive novice class, we'll see what happens on that one because there's a lot of heavy people in that class. Yeah, that's a funny one. Hey, well, I wasn't here, so you're good. Whatever you did is null and void. Write it off. Write it off. Anyway, let's go to the bracket real quick. Going to be Andy versus Nick. Nick on the road, of course. Andy takes care of business against Zach. He'll be the home team. Crazy. 9 versus 12. Should be interesting. Down there in the bottom half, it's a 2-7-3-6. It's classic. So
it's so interesting that this region is like this pod is the upset pod, and then the other pod is all chalk. I find that just to be crazy. But they're going to be good games. They're going to be good games coming up tomorrow, 100%. And they're both going to be and they're both going to be running parallel too, which is crazy. Like Tago and Carson going to start at 3, Toast and Vapor at 3:15. That semifinal is going to be set about the same time, which is pretty crazy to see.
That's the art. Well, remember that. Well, to be fair, that was the art of a reschedule.
Yeah, the reschedule, but still, it's still a cool little quirk, even regardless of that.
We always talk about that. Believe it or not, in T5, we keep the privacy on when the game times are because there's a lot of implications. But you rarely see that in T1. That's a little fun quirk. But that's it for me. I want to thank everyone for coming out. What a hell of a night we had. Congratulations to Nick on his first Sweet 16. For myself, I want to shout out Vapor, of course, coming off a big birthday and helping out for Game 1. That's all I could ask for. I want to shout out Short for filling in off the bench there. Appreciate that for the EP. For Cody Smart, we had Stingray in here, Taco, Sky as the ref. Thank you guys for coming out. I know Yepez was watching always. Nam as well, Goldie. Thank you guys for coming out. Once again, congratulations to Chef Nick on taking care of the business. We'll see what he can do in the Sweet 16, how sweet it is to see Nick in the next round. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for KT Back at It with the Crikey Man and the Vaporizer. Give me a good one.